Hi.
Hi.
Oh, good morning. Weren't you going to give me that Peterson brief?
Oh, sure, boss. I'll have it to you an hour tops. I just want to grab a cup of coffee.
The kettle's just... We're going to go.
Oh, thanks. You left early this morning?
Had a lot of stuff to do. Did you sleep in?
No. Just... it's one of those days.
Yeah.
Ben, we've got a domestic. It sounds a bit nasty. I might need you along.
Fine, but I'm due out on patrol with Jonesy this morning.
No, that's cool. I'll follow solo.
I can go with you, Jonesy.
You sure?
Yeah, yes. Beautiful day outside. Might as well get out there.
All right. Is that okay with you, Sarge?
Yeah, fine.
Peach?
Well, what's it got to do with me?
I was just checking you didn't need it for anything
No,
else.
everything's been done. I mean, no, it's fine. All yours.
Cool. Let's go, eh?
Oh, 3 hours and 1 speeder. I wonder if it's worth it, don't you?
You volunteered.
Yes. I need to get out of the office, you know. Yeah, just stop a tick. Back up. See that car?
Yeah?
Well, I noticed it when we came out this way this morning. It's still there.
Joe, they don't call it Condom Corner for nothing. $20 says it's just a couple of spotty teenagers going at it like rabbits, so. Excuse me. Better call it in, Joe. We got a body.
Okay, I'm done. You can bag him. Why the hell do they have to top themselves in our backyard?
Definitely suicide?
I reckon. Even shorten the barrel so I can get to the trigger easier. Get this back to the shop, will you?
Right.
Any idea who he is?
No ID on him or anywhere else in the car.
VKC, switching to 2 Locom. Go ahead, 900.
Jones, is PJ there?
Benny, what do you got for us?
That 83 Corolla you asked about?
It does belong to a Mrs. Lily
Majors, and she confirms that it has been stolen.
Roger that. 84 Mary Street, right?
That's it.
We'll follow it up. Get the vehicle over to the cop shop. Need to get it fingerprinted. You'd better come with me.
I know it was there when I last saw it.
And when was that?
2 or 3 days ago.
And you only noticed it was missing this morning?
Well, I really only use it to go to church and the bowls.
Where do you usually keep the keys, Lily?
In the dashboard thingy, of course.
You keep the keys in the ignition?
That way you always know where to find them, don't you?
The thing is, we're making inquiries about a man connected to the theft. 60s, 5'8", blue eyes. Does that ring a bell?
No, not really.
A relative or someone you might have known who's gone missing the last couple of days?
I'm sorry, officer. I really can't help you.
just got off the blower from missing persons. No one matching that description reported in recent weeks.
Well, someone must know who he is.
Prints or a photo are still our best chance of an ID. Go over to the morgue with PJ and get some snaps, will you?
Cleaned him up best we could.
Good job.
That's the advantage when they use a 22.
Yeah.
Shotgun's another matter.
Yeah, we know.
They really make a mess.
We know, thanks, Dave.
Look, we had this one guy, right? Suicide.
Dave, we know, thanks.
Quality clothes, good condition.
He's got well-trimmed nails. He's not a manual worker.
Seems like a solid, respectable citizen. Not the usual suicide type.
Well, solid and respectable doesn't stop you from topping yourself if you're really in love with the idea.
I just can't buy him as a car thief.
Desperate people do desperate things. He needed transport, so he pinched it.
Guess he's hardly likely to be worried about being caught.
Can't argue with that.
Well, there's no one I recognise.
Mount Thomas Police,
Just a
Sergeant
blowing.
Gallagher speaking.
Possibly. It doesn't look like an itinerant, though. I suppose the next step's a door knock, see if
Yeah?
anyone does
What's so
recognise him.
strange?
Perhaps you handle that.
Yeah, sure.
Yes,
Take Jones.
right, okay.
Jonesy.
I'm your man.
Ben, you're coming with me again. There's a naked girl wandering down Boundary Road.
Hey, wait a minute. That sounds like my sort of case.
Get out of
All right,
here.
mate, we can handle it. Oh, no, what's she on this time?
You know it.
It's Bryony Doherty.
Look at the sky. It's melting. And it's filled
You better
with
get her to the hospital.
angels.
Honey, why don't you come with us?
No, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Bryony, I'm Ben. This is Tess. Okay, there's nothing to be afraid of.
Are you the angels?
We just want to take you somewhere safe. You know? You're going to be all right. Okay? You want to come with me?
That's it.
Come on.
So, is she going to be all right?
They think so. They're just going to keep her in overnight for observation.
Family's got a property about 20 k's out. She's always been a problem.
Last time we brought her in, she'd just been smoking dope.
Yeah, but this sounds like it was acid or ecstasy or something.
The doctors aren't sure exactly what she was on, but they think she'll have come down by tomorrow morning.
Did you go with the door knock?
No one could make a positive ID.
Oh, well. Tomorrow's another day.
All right, everybody, time to knock off and reassemble at the Imperial.
Well, not me. I've got heaps of stuff
Paris,
to
you
do.
can't get out of it. You're the guest of honour.
What?
It seems like you'll be attending the Academy for a commendation.
You're kidding.
Good on you.
Oh, my God, I can't believe they approved it.
What's it for?
Oh, well, according to this, for her courage, dedication to duty and determination at Mount Thomas on the 1st of August 2001, where, despite personal danger to herself, she resolved a volatile situation when an armed offender held a police member hostage.
Inspector Falcon Price, you got an award for saving him.
Yeah, well, try not to hold it against me.
I don't know about a commendation. I reckon she deserves extra duties, don't you, Sarge?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to see if I can rework that roster.
Well, no wonder you got it with Rusty pulling the strings.
Come on, credit where credit's due.
Yeah, BJ.
Well, here's to Joe. Congratulations on a job well done.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you done
Thanks,
good.
mate.
Well done, Joe.
Yes, very well done.
Thanks, boss.
Pity it doesn't wipe out one of your 2 admonishments.
Yeah, I was hoping, Yeah, well, maybe it'll count as a credit next time I get in trouble, hey?
Don't hold your breath.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Did you win?
Sorry?
Darts.
Oh, no, I got stuck on double ones. I thought you'd be in bed.
So, big day?
Yeah. So, nobody knows our suicide, eh?
No.
Must be an out-of-towner.
What, do you reckon?
Well, Blokes wants to top himself. Doesn't want the rallies finding him, so he does it out at the bush.
And we get to clean up the mess.
Well, that's the joys of being a country copper.
Still a couple of things that have been niggling me, though.
Like?
Well, no suicide note for starters.
Well, there's no hard and fast rule for that.
And no ID, no house keys, not even a wallet. I mean, why was there nothing at all in the car?
Well, considering we think he nicked it, he'd rather go out anonymous than a car thief.
Yeah, maybe. I thought there might have been more to it, but you're probably right.
Hey, Ben, how are you? How was training?
It was good, but it was exhausting.
I'm just going to rustle up a bit of supper for you.
No, I'm going to get some kip.
Some coffee or tea, I'm making.
No, thanks, I'll pass. I'll see you in the morning, eh?
Night. Well, I might head off. Pretty tired, early start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you finished in the bathroom?
Yeah, go for it.
Morning, mate. Fancy some bacon and eggs?
No, coffee.
Is Jo up yet?
How the hell would I know?
Just thought you might have heard her wandering around, that's all. What's up? Didn't sleep well? Jo, good morning.
Coffee.
Oh, good morning.
What's so good about it?
Morning.
Right.
Morning, PJ.
Hey, I ran that check on the rifle your suicide used.
And?
Unregistered.
Like half the bloody guns in this country.
Feel like a trip to Lover's Lane? I just thought we should take another look around, see if there's anything we missed.
Jo.
No, well, if you know to come, I'll go by myself.
Oh, wait up. Just only to settle this once and for all. Well, happy now?
You're always lecturing me about being thorough. Why the sudden change?
A lot of things have changed lately, haven't they?
Is there going to be a problem?
Of course not.
So, how come you can't talk about it?
There's nothing to talk about.
There's no one else around.
Just not on the job, eh?
Well, whatever you reckon. You're the expert.
Hey. Barry's Gardening Services.
Well, it doesn't look like it's been here long. Maybe it fell out when they moved the body.
It's probably got nothing to do with our guy. Still, worth checking out.
They identified the photo. He was a client.
So we've got a name at last.
Yeah, Smythe. Colin Charles Smythe.
Do we know anything about it?
A school teacher.
At St David's Grammar, no less.
And they haven't noticed he's missing.
But we haven't spoken to them yet. It's on the list.
Well, we need somebody to ID the body.
Yeah, we'll talk to the headmaster. They should have next of kin on file.
Now, according to Vic Rhodes, no vehicle currently registered in his name. His licence has expired. But, interestingly enough, he lived right around the corner from Lily Majors.
Still nothing from fingerprints?
No.
Oh, well, we're getting somewhere at least.
Yeah, there's still a couple of things that don't really add up for me, though.
Such as?
Such as why a respectable elderly schoolteacher apparently steals a car and drives out of town to blow his brains out.
Jo, we talked about this last night.
Oh, that's right. We do talk about some things. I'll finish off the 83s.
What's that about?
Oh, nothing. Timing, Jo.
Jo, what are you doing? We're due over in St David's Grammar.
Just having one last look. There's nothing worse than the smell of old blood.
There's no evidence of anyone else being in the car.
Maybe they wore gloves.
And maybe they didn't exist. Come on.
Hang on, PJ? Does Lily strike you as a smoker?
I used to, but I gave it up years ago.
A friend, maybe?
Oh, when you get to our age, the doctors really scare you off.
Mrs. Majors, does this man look familiar to you?
Is that the chap who stole the car?
Well, we think so.
Oh, when will I be able to get it back?
Soon.
It's bowls tomorrow, you see.
You'll need to get it cleaned first.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be all right, dear.
Mrs. Majors, the photo?
Oh, that's Mr. Smythe from around the way. From the description, I didn't recognise him, but now I see the photo. Oh, he does look poorly.
Did you know him well?
Not really. He only moved in recently. He used to walk past here on the way down to the shops, and he'd stop occasionally to chat.
So he could have known the keys were in the car?
Yes. Yes, he could. Put that down in your little book.
Well, that's terrible news.
You believe he's a teacher here?
No, he retired, moved to Mount Thomas. Listen, he's sure it was him.
There's very little doubt, although he's yet to be identified formally.
Do you know his next of kin?
He was a widower, although I believe he's some grown-up children somewhere.
You know where he lived while he was here?
Yeah, on campus he had to. He was a housemaster for the boarders.
And how long did he work here?
Would have been about 7 years. His wife died and he wanted to get out of the city. Too many memories, I suppose, so he applied for the job here.
Why'd he leave?
Ill health. He was coming up to retirement anyway, but he wasn't well enough to carry on.
Do you know the name of his doctor?
Same doctor as mine, Dr. Hall, down the local clinic.
Well, thank you very much for your cooperation, Mr. Edwards.
Just one last thing.
Did Mr. Smythe smoke?
Loathe the habit. Couldn't tolerate it in his vicinity.
So, Lily doesn't smoke and Colin doesn't smoke. And yet there were cigarette butts in the ashtray. Why don't you put that in your little book?
All right. Thanks very much, Doctor. Well, so much for your conspiracy theory.
What's this?
I just said I couldn't see an obvious reason for him to top himself.
Well, we can now. Colin was diagnosed earlier this year with inoperable cancer.
How long did he have?
12 months at best, but it's going to get pretty nasty towards the end.
And you think he took a shortcut?
Can't really blame the poor bugger for wanting to end it cleanly.
Well, it still doesn't explain the butts in the ashtray.
Joe, probably one of Lily's mates.
Well, Lily says none of her friends smoke.
Lily? Well, Lily's away with the pixies.
Well, we've still got his place to check out. Maybe we'll find a note or something there.
Maybe. Have you got a key?
Oh, go on. Chase it up.
We appreciate your cooperation, Miss Doherty.
Like I had any choice.
Just come straight through to the interview room, please.
We spoke to your brother Sebastian yesterday. Apparently your parents are away.
So?
So, is this what you usually get up to when they're not around?
That's up to me, isn't it?
Your brother was very concerned about you, Bryony.
Thanks for dobbing me in. I don't need Sebastian to be my minder, okay?
Do you have a boyfriend, Bryony?
Not that it's any of your business, but yeah.
What's his name?
Ross.
Does he have a surname?
McAdam. And you've got no right to hassle him? I only agreed to this because I know otherwise you'll be on our backs and we don't need it.
Bryony, you were clearly under the influence of some kind of drug yesterday. Now that is our business. Do you mind telling us what it was?
Couldn't say for sure. Pills? Like E's? The guy I bought them off just said they'd be a really good high.
Can you identify this person?
Never seen him before, not a local. I just happened to get chatting to him at a pub.
Which pub?
Are you a family member?
She's my girlfriend, and you've got no right to be holding her.
We're not holding her, mate. She's simply assisting us with our inquiries. So if you'd like to wait until they're finished, take a seat.
Oh, you're here. Of course I'm here. Don't think I'd just stand by and let the cops push her around, do you? You come from the hospital?
Yeah, I just went to pick her up and they told me she'd left with the police,
So what's your interest?
I'm Bryony's brother, Sebastian. And I don't think you should be talking to her without my dad's solicitor present.
As I told your mate here, this isn't a formal interview. We're just trying to establish what happened to her.
This way,
And it looks like they're done.
That'll be all for the moment. We may need to talk to you in the future, but you're free to go.
You okay?
You all right, sis?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just want to get out of here.
The ute's outside. I'll drive you home.
What do they want?
Hey, did you get anything out of it?
Not much. She wasn't exactly what you'd call cooperative. But we had no option other than to release her.
And while she was being an idiot, she didn't hurt anyone but herself.
Still no idea what she was on. But she insists that she bought it at the Imperial.
All I can say is good luck. Keep your head down.
Look, we're not in any way suggesting that you're directly involved.
I told you this anyway. Who gave you the information?
We can't tell you that,
Oh,
Chris.
come on. Let me guess. It was the Doherty girl, wasn't it? The one you found wandering around in the Raw yesterday? Now, there's a reliable source. That girl has been trouble all her life.
Yes, we know, but that's all been minor stuff. This is a bit more serious.
You understand, Chris. We have to investigate. Have you seen her hanging around here talking to anyone?
No, only to that pathetic boyfriend of hers. And let me tell you this. She is lying. Wherever she got that stuff, it wasn't here. Got it?
Yep. Thanks, Chris.
I hate tidy blokes. Gives the rest of us a bad name.
You can learn something.
Hey, bachelors are supposed to be messy. Comes with the territory.
Well, there's nothing in the bedroom.
There's nothing here. Well, nothing that looks like a suicide note, at least.
What are they?
School yearbooks. St David's grammar and the rest are from Melbourne.
Must have kept them for sentimental reasons.
A whole career reduced to a pile of books.
A whole life. Could be the sort of place you'd leave a farewell note.
Joe. What do you reckon of keeping this?
The aftershave?
Ugh. If it was, no wonder he never remarried.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to have any joy.
Oh, well, I suppose we should check out the shed.
The shed?
Natural habitat of the male.
Of course.
Well, can't see anything much here. Nothing about. Top of a barrel.
22.
Yep. I bet this piece matches our gun.
Yeah, all right, PJ, I get the point. Not completely stupid.
Everything fits. He's dying. He cuts down the barrel. He steals the car.
Fine, you were right, I was wrong.
No, because he doesn't want any publicity and the butt's already in the ashtray.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Definitely. Look, it's a classic suicide. Case closed.
Oh, not quite. Prelim autopsy reports come through. The cause of death is pretty straightforward.
Well, a bullet to the head tends to be like that.
Yes, but toxicology reports thrown up a few problems. Seems there were traces of a substance called atropa belladonna.
That's a poison, isn't it?
So I'm informed.
Well, why would he be taking poison, especially since he plans to shoot himself in the head anyway?
Well, he probably tried the poison first. When that didn't work, he used the gun.
Can we have a word? Look, we used to work really well together, but in the last couple of days, you've just been so dismissive.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have. And last night at the pub, you practically ignored me.
What?
What, no word of congratulations?
The others were making such a fuss about it. I didn't think you needed any more embarrassment.
Well, it's not me that's embarrassed.
What? I'm embarrassed.
You know what I'm talking about?
Joe, why should that make any difference?
Well, you tell me.
You don't want to work with me. You don't have to, right?
Well, you obviously don't want me to.
No, that's not true.
Well, what about the Smythe case?
Well, I can break in one of the others.
Well, I'm not quitting, so it's your call. If you want me off the case, chuck me off. Atropa belladonna, also called deadly nightshade.
It's a medicinal plant, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's also come into fashion as a recreational drug.
If your idea of recreation is ending up on a slab.
You just have to be a complete idiot.
It's also called naked lady.
That explains the label on the bottle.
In small doses, it acts like a natural form of LSD. Disorientation, hallucinations, paranoia, delirium and raised body temperature. Up the dosage, you're likely to go into a coma. Really give it a nudge and you'll be cactus in minutes.
So anyone messing around with this would have to know what they were doing.
Oh, yes, you'd think so.
Well, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to produce it.
Yeah, but what was it doing in Colin Smythe's system?
Disorientation, hallucinations. This is pretty close to the condition we found Bryony in yesterday.
You've never heard of belladonna?
No.
What about naked lady?
No.
Isn't that what you get high on?
No.
You seen this before? Something like it?
No. Look, I've never taken this stuff, okay? And you can't prove that I did. Can I go now?
One last thing, Bryony. Do you know Colin Smythe? He's in his 60s. Moved to Mount Thomas a couple of months ago, lived in Baronia Street.
Never heard of him.
Colin Smythe? No. Can't remember Brian ever mentioning that name. Mind you, we don't talk so much since she started going out with that boyfriend of hers.
I take it you don't like Ross.
We get along okay, I guess. But I don't think he's a good influence on her. He wouldn't work in an iron lung.
Well, she was getting into strife well before she hooked up with him.
Don't I know it? She came that close to getting thrown out of school.
What school was that?
Mount Thomas High. She was in the VCE a year ahead of me.
Is that where she met Ross?
Nah, he never went to Mount Tees. He won some sort of scholarship. It's hard to believe when you see what a no-hoper he's turned out.
Where did he go?
St David's Grammar.
Yeah, of course I remember Ross McAdam. He was a bright kid. Could be a bit of a rough nut at times.
Was he a boarder?
No, the science scholarship stipulates it's for day boys only.
Science?
He was dux of his year in chemistry, and he also had a great fascination for botany. I always thought it was a bit of a shame he didn't go on to university. All that talent gone to waste.
Ross McAdam?
Yeah?
I'm Senior Detective Hasham. This is Constable Parrish. This is a warrant to search your premises for drugs.
If you don't mind, we'd just like to have a quick look around.
You've got no right to do this.
Yeah, well, according to that piece of paper in your hand, mate, we do.
This is harassment. You've already picked on Bryony. Why are you picking on me?
Because we've got an unexplained death on our hands and we need to get to the bottom of it.
What death? What are you talking about?
seen before.
Well, I'm betting when we get the lab results back, these little bottles will contain Atropa belladonna.
You're good at botany, and with your chemical expertise, you know how to produce it.
Why would I want to do that?
Well, there's a market out there, and do you actually have a job?
No.
Right, so a bit of extra cash wouldn't go astray.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you denying you knew Colin Smythe?
Of course not. But he was just another dumb teacher when I was at St David's.
But you have had some drug dealings with you.
Get a grip.
I'd say these little labels were made on a computer.
I haven't got a computer.
No, but your girlfriend does.
You know what I think? I think you're going to bottle this stuff for sale.
And I reckon your fingerprints are going to be on all of these.
So they're mine. So what?
And the stuff inside?
It's only herbal. Not like I'm mixing up speed or anything.
It's potentially lethal, and you're selling it.
No. I wasn't selling. Just giving it to mates and people I owed favours to.
What favours did you owe Colin Smythe?
I did it.
Right, then how did this get in his place?
I don't know. That's all I can tell you. I honestly don't know.
Same brand of smokes you found in the deceased car, Constable.
Fancy that.
You see, Ross, we've got a problem here. Because not everybody is entirely convinced that Mr. Smythe's death was a suicide.
I've got nothing to do with it.
Well, then perhaps you can explain your whereabouts on the night he died.
When was that?
Night before last, between 8 and midnight.
Your stuff, then. Because I was at Shorty's nightclub. Got there just after 7 and didn't leave until the early hours of the morning. And there's a heap of people who can swear to it.
It's an alibi, but it's not watertight. Now, plenty saw Ross around 7 and 8, and a few saw him at Stubbs, but there's a gap in between.
So he could have slipped out and then come back again later?
Possible.
I went and had another chat to Mrs. Majors. With a bit of memory jogging, she recalled seeing a young person near Smythe's place that evening when she was walking her dog.
Well, she's not even sure if it was a girl or a boy. I mean, how are we going to build a case on that?
Well, it could be that Smythe and Ross are better acquainted than he's admitting.
We don't even know they were there.
Well, at least it's a lead.
Joe, we're talking about Lily here. I don't think we've got a case.
Every suggestion I make, every idea, you just shoot straight down.
I'm trying to be objective.
About what, me or the case?
The case? Look, I admit it looks a bit more sus than before, but don't go making assumptions. You know, for a copper, that is shoddy work.
I'm shoddy, am I?
Look, you don't want to deal with this, you can walk.
I'm not walking.
Joe, I don't want to discuss it anymore.
Oh, so you're just going to run away?
Problems, I take it? Anything I can help with? It's about you moving in, isn't it?
No. Well, sort of, yeah.
If he won't talk about it, just put it in writing.
Yeah, right.
That's why memos were invented.
I want to go out for a walk. Thanks for being so candid with me, Mrs. Lee. We'll keep this as confidential as possible, I assure you. Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
I tried to catch up with you this morning, but you'd already gone.
Yeah, I wanted to get an early start.
Joe, look, I'm really sorry
We
about
might have
last night.
a breakthrough here. You know the supposedly late Mrs. Smythe?
Yeah.
Well, I caught up with her sister. Turns out she isn't late at all. She took the kids and went back to England. Guess why?
Surprised me.
Because Colin was caught in rather compromising circumstances with one of his students. A male one.
Mr. Edwards, what was the real reason Colin Smythe left the school?
I told you, he was sick.
And look, we know about his ill health, but that's not why he was dismissed, was it?
Hang on, he wasn't dismissed.
Mr. Edwards, we've got a possible murder investigation here. So any cover-up is not simply a matter for the school board. It's perverting the course of justice. So I ask you again, why was he dismissed?
I became aware that there were rumours about him. Now, I didn't pay much attention at first. It's not uncommon for disgruntled students to invent stories about their teachers.
What was the nature of these rumours?
That Colin had been more than friendly with some of the boys in his charge, but I had no reason to suspect that he was anything other than a highly valued and highly respected member of our school community.
What made you change your mind?
A series of incidents. I really don't want to go into details, so what I did was I held a series of private interviews with past and present boarders from Colin's house.
And the rumours were confirmed.
I offered him a choice. Either he resign immediately on the grounds of ill health, or he be sacked and publicly disgraced. Now, he chose the former.
Why didn't you tell us this in the first place?
Because he was dead. What was the point of blackening his name?
You told us you had no contact with Smythe.
That's right.
But he ran the debating team.
And you were on it. Did you hear rumours about him, about some of the boarding boys?
Yeah, things were said.
And he never tried it on you?
Hey, if he'd laid a finger on me, he'd be dead. But he didn't. And I haven't set eyes on him since the day I left school. You charging me?
Yeah, I told you, we'll let you know.
You letting him go?
For the minute, according to the drug spot, belladonna isn't a prohibited substance.
And you've got nothing on him and Smythe?
Well, it's all circumstantial. I mean, the cigarette butts, the containers, it's nothing concrete.
Do you reckon maybe one of his ex-victims is blackmailing?
Well, it's possible, but that points even more to suicide. Why would you kill the golden goose?
Oh, you silly man.
PJ, what's going on with you and Joe?
Oh, nothing.
I've been doing a bit of checking on Ross McAdam. Remember he said he was on the dole?
Yeah, so?
Well, a few weeks ago he was sent out on the Work for the Dole scheme, helping old age pensioners.
Lily?
He mowed her lawn.
So there's a good chance he noticed the keys in her ignition.
Exactly. He had to get Smythe away from the house because he couldn't risk the shop being heard.
So somehow he doped him with the belladonna, cut down the rifle barrel, and then drove out to the back road to stage the suicide.
Well, it's all very nice in theory, but we can't prove any of it.
So what, you're passing on the homicide?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let him know.
Well, shouldn't we talk to Ross again?
Well, what's he going to say? Confirm that he mowed Lily's lawn? I mean, we don't have enough on him.
Well, maybe we should check out Smythe's place, look at it with fresh eyes.
Yeah, why not? Any luck?
No.
Wonder how many of these kids he's scarred for life.
Who knows? Give it away?
So? Well, it's got to be more than a coincidence.
Yes, but it still doesn't give you enough to charge him.
Drag him in here again and question him?
Look, any lawyer worth his salt is going to tell him not to say anything and make us prove our case. What we need is more proof.
How are we going to get that?
Maybe he'll give it to us.
Miss Doherty, thought we might find you here.
If you're looking for Ross, he's out.
When's he back?
No idea. And I don't have to answer any more of your questions, so you can nick off.
You know, you've got a real attitude problem, Barney.
No, it's all right, Constable. If she wants to see her boyfriend go down for murder, it's up to her.
Ross didn't kill anyone.
Maybe not. I'll know for sure tomorrow. But we couldn't talk to him.
Why? What's happening tomorrow?
Homicide are going to take over the case. And crime scene are going to turn over Smythe's house.
Those guys don't muck around. If there's anything incriminating there, they'll find it. Evening, Sebastian. We've been waiting for you.
Here's what you're looking for. School's junior tennis team. Now, there's you, and there's Mr. C. Smythe, coach. Now, Sebastian, you might have graduated from the local high, but from years 7 to 9, you're a boarder at St. David's Grammar.
You went straight for them, so you obviously been in the house before and realised they could incriminate you.
Ross McAdam told you about Lily Major's car, didn't he?
He also said you borrowed half a pack of ciggies off him that day, the same brand as we found in the car.
You don't know what he was like. Not just to me, but to other kids as well.
Why didn't you tell someone?
I tried. But no one listened. I felt ashamed.
Take your time.
Eventually, my parents let me transfer to the high school, but that wasn't until after he... I tried to put it all out of my head, you know. Just forget about it. But I couldn't. I was just walking down the main street, and there he was. He acted like we're old friends. He even had the hide to ask me to come around and visit him. I mean...
Did you go there with the intention of killing him?
I suppose so. I thought of making it look like he shot himself.
So, where did you get the gun from?
Home. Had it for years. I figured I'd dope him with the belladonna first. It was like I was a kid again. Back there in the darkness, listening to his footsteps coming down the corridor. I nearly didn't go through with it. He brought drinks. Scotch. Talked about how nice and cosy it was. Then I wasn't going to let him do that to me again. When he wasn't looking, I slipped the belladonna into his drink. Then I took him out to the car and drove him out of town. I sat there for a while, smoked a couple of cigs, just thinking about it.
You didn't have to do it, you know.
He deserved it! And he didn't suffer. I mean, he didn't feel a thing. That drug was doing him a favour.
He was dying anyway.
No, he wasn't! That was all part of the cover-up!
It's true. Terminal cancer.
Hard to imagine what he went through night after night.
You break the law. I'm just doing our job.
Geez, you're an unfeeling bastard sometimes.
Homicide are on their way. Poor bugger.
Not like you to sympathise with murderers?
Boss, if I'd been through what that kid had been through, I might even contemplate it myself.
I'm sure if there are any extenuating circumstances, the court will take them into account.
Whichever way you look at it, still premeditated murder.
Which he very nearly got away with.
If it hadn't been for Joe...
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks.
You okay?
Yeah, why shouldn't I be? What?
No, nothing.
Job really sucks sometimes, doesn't it?
Sebastian.
Yeah. Can't stuff around with a kid's life like that and expect him to turn out okay.
Yeah. Joe, you're really, really good, you know that?
Apart from my shoddy police work.
Look, Joe,
But, Joe,
there's something...
no.
No, Joe, just...
No.
You go.
You go.
You go.
Go on.
No. I'm not sorry for what happened. But working We're living together. It just seems to be a bit different.
Yeah.
What's this?
Ben's idea. Thought you'd rather read about it than talk about it.
Do you mean this?
Yeah.
So, you're okay?
Look, I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
No,
the other night,
but me either. It was...
But it did, and it's stuffed up a really good friendship. So.
That's exactly how
Yeah.
I feel. I mean, look, we're a great team.
Yeah, it's shabby, I suppose.
Not that it wasn't a fulfilling experience.
No, of
because it
course not.
was.
But disruptive.
I mean, we could just put it behind us, eh?
Yeah, chalk it up to experience.
Yeah. Well...
Mates.
Mates.